You know, for a person who created a world where humans can basically change into whatever they wish, the concept of transgender identity seems like a bit of a stretch too far, doesn't it? For some people.
We're here to see Albus Dumbledore.
That would be my brother.
The world as we know it is coming undone. Grindelwald is pulling it apart with hate. If we're to defeat him, you'll have to trust me.
How's it going, guys? Welcome back to my channel and time for another episode of Luke's Reviews. On today's video, we are taking another trip back into the Wizarding World for the third installment in the Fantastic Beasts series with Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. Following on from the events of the crimes of Grindelwald, Grindelwald is assuming a following to launch his war on the Muggle world. Unable to directly fight him, Albus Dumbledore must assemble his team, accompanied by Newt Scamander, to uncover Grindelwald's plan and stop him before it's too late. As you can see, a massive Potterhead here. My entire family is. The books, the films, the shows, the theme parks, the studio tour. We've done it all. As for the Fantastic Beasts series, I would say I've enjoyed them more than most. The first film was an entertaining adventure back into this world full of fun and exciting creatures, and the second one knuckled down on telling a larger story at hand, that being the rise of sinister wizard Grindelwald. And despite some pitfalls here and there, I actually do quite enjoy Crimes of Grindelwald. And so now we move on to the third installment, The Secrets of Dumbledore, and I have to say, it's probably the weakest entry into the Wizarding World so far. What The Secrets of Dumbledore made quite apparent to me is that as talented a writer and world builder as J.K. Rowling is, I just don't think that there is the same level of vision that she had for the Harry Potter series. Filler is never a word that I want to use to describe a film, but that is basically what Secrets of Dumbledore feels like. If we were to compare the state of our characters and this world at the beginning of the film, and then how they've changed by the end of the film, there isn't really all that much different. Very little has progressed. There's like a couple of developments involving character arcs, but nothing huge, which then begs the question of why this film had to even happen in the first place. But let's turn our attention to the good for a second, because there is still quite a lot to enjoy here. As the title suggests, there are plenty of beasts, and yes, they are pretty fantastic. Thankfully as well, they play a larger role in this film and actually have an importance to the storyline, as opposed to just being there in the background to sell merchandise. One creature in particular that's introduced into the film is the Chillin, that plays an integral role in the story and also happens to be very, very adorable. There's plenty of returning faces too. Eddie Redmayne is back as Newt Scamander, and he's delightfully charming as always, carrying this series on his shoulders, just with a little more aid than Daniel Radcliffe had for the Harry Potter saga. And what I like is that Newt is taking on a larger role in Dumbledore's mission, clearly being driven by what has happened in past installments. Speaking of Dumbledore, Jude Law is really good in this role. He understands this character, really nailing a lot of Michael Gambon's mannerisms and cadence, but more importantly, he has that gentility needed for Dumbledore. And as the title alludes to, there are some mysteries surrounding the enigma that is Albus Percival Wulfric Brian Dumbledore. Some remain firmly hidden, whilst others' lore is really quite freely allowed to explore. Dan Fogler continues to be a series highlight as Muggle Jacob Kowalski, still reeling from Queenie's betrayal in the last film. Sadly though, if you expected more of Tina Goldstein, played by Katherine Waterston, you may be disappointed. I wonder why her role got cut back. Oh, and Ezra Miller is in the film, but if you were expecting them to play an intrinsic role following on from the gigantic revelation that he's actually a secret sibling of the Dumbledore clan, don't. As for the new faces, obviously the biggest talking point is Mads Mikkelsen taking over from Johnny Depp as Gellert Grindelwald. Look, I don't want to even get started on the whole Johnny Depp recasting controversy here, but do I think that Mads Mikkelsen did a good job taking over as Grindelwald? Yes, he's Mads Mikkelsen. He gives it his all no matter what role he's in. And particularly, I really thought that he brought the menace of Grindelwald. That being said, I think, personally, Depp did a better job at making Grindelwald feel like a character. I feel like he just had this undeniable presence about him, and I was excited to see his spin on the character going forward. Obviously, that's not going to happen now, but look, as far as what we have been given in Mads Mikkelsen, there's nothing wrong with it. I just think I prefer Depp. On the other hand, one amazing new addition that we have is Jessica Williams as Professor Lally Hicks, a charms teacher from Ilvermorny. She's a real breath of fresh air and lends a lot of creativity and, well, magic to a lot of the proceedings. The film also has some of the best visual effects that we've seen in this series. The beasts look fantastic. The fights, when they're there, are actually visually quite inventive. Everything about the film looks brilliant. Where the film stumbles, though, is the story. I just don't think that we've tapped into the same sense of wonder and creativity that we all know this world is more than capable of bringing. Case in point, we spend what feels like ages at the German Ministry of Magic talking about wizarding politics, and that doesn't bear anywhere near the same level of engagement as the very brief moments that we spend when we go back to Hogwarts. The Secret of Dumbledore is at its best when having fun with magical beasts or discussing the relationship between Dumbledore and Grindelwald, but everything around it feels so shockingly plain, and I think that has to do with the fact that the story simply hasn't sunk its hooks into me. I like spending time with these characters in this world, but unfortunately, the magic isn't working for me at the moment. Now, it sounds like I'm being harsher than I actually am, but that's because, as a Potter fan, you can't help but your expectations be very high, and so when a movie is just kind of average, it's just good, that does feel disappointing. Therefore, I'm going to give Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore a 6.5 out of 10. Anyway, guys, those were my thoughts on Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. Let me know, have you had a chance to see the film yet? What did you think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And my question to you, I would like to know, what is your favourite magical creature in all of the wizarding world? For me, it's got to be a hippogriff. That moment where Harry rides Buckbeak, you got the John Williams score swelling up, hands down, one of my favourite moments in all of Harry Potter. But that is all we have time for today, so thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Hello, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, make sure to click that like button, and if you aren't already, click that subscribe button too.